What's up everyone, it's Natalie here, and today I am filming a super exciting video for you guys because it is a video on how to start a business slash how to start an online store. So mainly how to start an online store, but it definitely does have to do with starting a business because an online store is a business. I'm so excited. I haven't filmed a video like this and I just feel like it's gonna be super informative, so grab your notebooks, start writing some notes down. If you guys don't know me, I'm Natalie, by the way, in case you couldn't tell already, and I have my own online store. So preface this, I'm gonna give you a little background about me. I'm gonna make it quick so this video isn't too long, but I am 22 years old, so I am a business owner at age 22, which is pretty cool. I graduated college in May. I got a degree in industrial engineering. I have a consulting job, so I am working for a consulting company right now full-time. I got that job after college, and so far I have been loving it. I started like about a month ago, and also I have this YouTube channel, obviously, as you guys know, and I have my own online store. So I am pretty busy, but like I wouldn't have it any other way. I seriously love being busy. If I wasn't busy, I don't know what I would do with myself. I am not complaining at all. Like, this is literally what I love to do, and I'm so happy, and I'm just like, I'm in a good place, so I'm really happy. My online store is called Barbu, and we carry like women's clothing, and it's just inspired a lot by my own personal travels because I really like traveling a lot and kind of just getting inspo from all the different places I travel and putting it all into one store. So it's not one certain look. If you ask to describe like what is Barbu, what's the style, it really is a combination of things. I mean, it's very much like my closet. Like it's me expressing myself, I guess, when I'm putting my heart and soul into the stores. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me questions on any questions you guys had on starting a business slash starting an online store. You guys asked me a ton of questions, so I broke it down into categories, which was the most asked questions, and I'm kind of just gonna go through how to start a business, how to start an online store. So the first question that I got asked a ton was what inspired me to start the business. Basically, I have always wanted to be a business owner. I've always wanted to be my own boss. I've always wanted to just start my own business. Like, that is something that I've wanted to do since I was like in high school. And I've just always been such an independent person, and I've always wanted to like create something and to make something, like make a vision come to life. I've just always had that urge. So even like with my YouTube channel, I just randomly started before really anyone was making YouTube videos. I decided to start, and it just grew, and it kind of became my mini business too, you know? So the fact that I could be the one creating it, and I was the one in control, and I was the one with the vision that brought it to life, like I've just always wanted to do that. So I think I've just always had that like entrepreneurial, I can't say that word, but you guys know what I'm saying. That I've always had that in me. For an online clothing store, I've always been obsessed with fashion. I've always wanted to start my own store. I kept walking into boutiques and kind of seeing the same exact thing, or like if I went to North Carolina, I would only see like, I would see the same exact things in all the North Carolina boutiques, and then I would go to LA and it'd be totally different, but I'd see the same things in all the LA boutiques. You know, it was like each region had their own style, and I just kind of wanted to combine it into one. So that was kind of my vision for how I wanted to start this. So I was debating on starting a business with friends. Two of my really good friends, we kind of wanted to start an online store together, and we were in the talks of doing that, but I just decided that I wanted to do it on my own, and I am so happy that I did, that it's my vision. And that was like definitely a hard conversation to kind of have, I guess, when I decided to pursue it individually, but thankfully nothing was like set in stone or anything like that, so I was able to. But yeah, I actually originally was planning on starting this with friends, like once I started talking about it seriously, and then I decided that I actually just wanted to do it on my own because I wanted, again, to be my own boss and to have my own vision, and I just didn't want to ruin any friendships or anything like that. So that's something I've actually never told you guys on here. But yeah, that was definitely a huge part of the beginning of starting the store. And the next question that I was asked is, how do you start? So this one is obviously the name of the video, but I'm gonna break it down into categories. Number one, I said, was to draft up a business plan. So this is really important, you guys, and I think that this is one of a crucial step that you don't need to spend that much time on. Like, you don't need to spend months pining over it. You don't need to get like an editor to revise it, because really, unless you're getting like investors or something, you're the only one looking at your business plan. I would make sure though that you have a business plan, because you can always refer back to it in the future, and it also just has it in writing on what you want your store to be, how much money do you want to spend, what do you want, like kind of budgeting wise, what your ballpark is, what your roles are in the store. Are you going to hire employees? What are their roles going to be? It just really outlines everything about your business so that you're not just like, I want to start a store. Okay, cool. Let me just put in this much money and let's just start something. Like, no, you have to have projections for where do you want your store to be in 5 years? Where do you want it to be in 1 year? What do you want your store to look like? Because in your head, you might be thinking all of these thoughts, but when it comes down to like writing a business plan and writing it down, you realize that there's so many things that you're not thinking about, and it forces you to think about it. So what I did was I looked up online store business plan templates, and I went from there and I wrote down everything. I think mine is like 13 pages long or something like that for my store, and I did it all in like 2 nights. Like I was like up all night for hours just doing it like on a high of like, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna do this, just planning it out, racking my brain for like exactly the vision that I want. And I still have that, and I have it stored, and sometimes I go back and I refer to it when I'm like, okay, what did I say in my business plan about this certain thing? So also, side note, I have a Google Drive for my store, and everything is on there because God forbid like a hard drive crashes, which has happened to me before. It's all stored like in a cloud. So definitely I recommend using Google Drive or something similar to that, just so that you don't risk losing any of this important information. I have a Google Doc, and I have every single checkpoint of things that I need to do before I actually start, like all the legal requirements. So this is really tricky, and it depends on your state. I am in North Carolina, so I don't know how it is in all these other states, but for me, basically what I had to do was register your business with your state. So you have to register your business name, and then here you can also decide what type of business you are going to do or what type of business you're going to be. I made mine an LLC. You can do like a sole proprietorship if you want, or you can do LLC, but I just did LLC, and I did that because based on what I've read, it just was better suited for my business. If you guys want more information on that, just look it up. There's so many websites that tell you about the different types of business and what would be best for you. Next, you get a seller's permit. So you have to get a seller's permit, and which is also, I'm pretty sure, your tax ID. Don't quote me on it. I just wrote this down off the top of my head, but in that doc, I literally have everything listed. And this is so that you are legally able to sell product in your state. Because if you don't have a seller's permit and you start selling stuff online, or you start selling stuff, that's illegal, and you can get in a ton of trouble, and your business can get shut down. So make sure that you have a seller's permit before you do any selling or anything like that. The next thing that I did was to get an EIN. So an EIN is an employer identification number. This you need also in the state of North Carolina, and this is also when we go back to talking about like how to get your clothes. A lot of people will ask you for your EIN number just to make sure that you're a legit business. I did so much research and I wrote it all down in a document, so make sure that you do all of your research, because it is so important not to skip a step, because you can get in so much trouble, especially if dealing with taxes and permits and tax IDs and all that stuff. Like, you really need to do your research and make sure that you are getting everything, because yeah, you can start your store, but if you're missing some steps, like, you can get in serious trouble. I also used inkfile.com for my legal paperwork. I think it cost an extra like $200 or something like that, but that I was willing to pay because I was like, I do not want to risk losing something or forgetting something, and they just like do all the paperwork for you. So it was just so much easier. So if you want a good website, it is inkfile.com. Highly recommend. I think it's worth the money, especially because this is a business. This is like a real thing that you are starting. You don't want to risk missing something. So for me, I did it like with Inkfile. I did all of this through Inkfile, and it worked so perfectly, and they send you a packet and everything like electronically. So I would recommend doing it through a third party. And then the third question that I got asked a ton is, how do you find the clothes? This question was asked a lot with, do you design the clothes? How do you design the clothes? I do not design the clothing. So that is a huge misconception, is that I'm the designer of what I'm selling. I'm not. I never designed anything that I'm selling. The only thing I made myself was the logo. Like, that was it. How to find the clothes? I do wholesale, which is what most stores do. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you don't design it? Like, that's so weird. Your clothes are just like everyone else's. Most stores don't design their own clothes. Like, Urban Outfitters does not design their own clothes. I mean, yeah, department stores, but even like all those little like local boutiques around your hometown, most of them do not design their own clothes. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But what a wholesaler is they design in bulk and then you buy from them in bulk. So I can't just buy like one top. I have to buy in like packs of 6, or it can range, but what I've been doing is I've been buying in packs of 6. That's been like the standard number. So it could be like 3 small, 2 medium, 1 large. It could be 2, 2, and 2. It depends on the company. So far, I have not found any wholesalers that let me mix and match. Like, I can't really decide how many smalls, how many mediums, how many larges. You just buy a pack and it comes with whatever that company decides on how their pack is going to be like sized, like what proportion they're going to do it. And also finding clothes is so much harder than you would think, because you would think, oh, just look up wholesale. But like you know how many boutiques there are, how many online stores there are? Like everyone just looked up wholesale and found the best ones. Like everyone's store would be exactly the same. So it's kind of a really, really big struggle on finding clothes. What I would recommend doing is going through your own closet and finding tags of clothing items that you own, because chances are, like I said, most people do wholesale. So you might not think, like if you buy a shirt, for example, from a local boutique and someone asks you like, oh, where's it from? And you're gonna say the name of the boutique, but it's actually designed from another brand. So if you look on the tag of your shirt, it should say the brand, and then you can just Google that brand and find their website. And with these wholesale websites though, you need an EIN number. So that's why I said you have to do all that paperwork first, because a lot of those wholesale sites aren't even gonna let you on. Like you won't even be able to see their selection until you get your EIN. Then you have to register with those websites with your EIN number, and you have to, then it might be automatic, but it also might take a few days to have you approved, because they want to make sure that you're a legit store and not just a random person trying to buy wholesale. You have to be like a legit established business. In terms of finding clothes, you also want to make sure that it's your own personal style and it fits your brand. You don't also want to buy from just one wholesaler and that's it, because then everything's gonna kind of look the same. You want it to be your own style, but with a variety of different brands. So that's really hard finding different brands. Each boutique and each boutique owner kind of has their own method of doing it. And I'm not gonna say the brands I carry, because I don't want anyone else to like copy that and make their own store and then make like a second shop Barbu, you know? So that's such like a personal thing to each individual store, and it's one of those things where like none of us like say our secrets because we don't want other people copying us. So that's like the hardest part. But really just finding it on Google, finding it on your own clothing. And also what I would do sometimes, a secret trick, is I would look up like the trade shows. And even though I wasn't able to go to trade shows, which is another way to find clothes if you want, but if you're unable to go to trade shows like me, don't worry, I've never been to one. All you have to do is find the list of brands going and just Google every single one of those brands and see which ones you like, which can be so tedious. But it really, really, really does help, and that is like the best way to find wholesalers. Another question was, how do I do marketing? And for me, I have been really lucky and I haven't had to spend too much money on marketing because of my Instagram. I really want to focus this next coming year on influencer marketing. So basically, I want to use Instagram as much as possible. I want to send my stuff to influencers to advertise, but Instagram is going to be your best friend with marketing. I mean, if you look at like the world how it is now, people trust influencers, especially as an influencer. I know how powerful the influencer community is and how their voice is so powerful. So I really want to focus on influencer marketing versus like Facebook ads and Google ads, just because I think that will make, like, you're giving it to a person that people trust, and then it's like word of mouth, and word of mouth is the best way to advertise. So I've just been doing Instagram a lot, my own Instagram. My sisters have been promoting it. I also did brand ambassadors, so I had brand ambassadors for my store, and I literally love them so much, and I have like a group message with them, and basically they're kind of like a way to see how my customers react to products. So I show them the products first and I ask them which ones they like, so I know, because they're my customers, you know, like people like them and them themselves are my customers, and I want to hear my customers' voices. So I ask them a lot of questions like that, which is awesome. I want to have brand ambassadors that believed in me and believed in my store. So it's just awesome like hearing like their voices and getting feedback. Because that is a great way to kind of like gauge my marketing, like, okay, they like this, so I'm gonna start doing more of this stuff. And then also, since they are brand ambassadors, they post a lot about like their coupon codes if they want to, you know, so that's been good, like word of mouth through them. But yeah, that's been my marketing strategies, mainly through social media, which I think is honestly the best way. And of course, I am technically an influencer, which sounds so weird. I hate saying the word influencer, but I definitely advertise my store a ton. Like this shirt that I'm wearing is from Shop Barbu. So if you guys want it, check it out. Like this whole video, like check it out, check out my store. How much money do you need? That was another huge question. It depends. It really depends. You can start out with just a couple $100. You can also start out with thousands of dollars. I started out with 30 items of clothing. So 30 pieces of clothing is what I started out for. I also hyped it up. So a month before I launched, I made an announcement that I was starting a store. I started posting like sneak peeks of all the items and stuff like that just to get people excited. So when I launched, I already had the excitement there. So I started out with 30 pieces. I think it was a good start for me, but I also knew my audience because I saw how people reacted a month before and I was able to gauge how excited they were, and I was like, okay, actually we need to buy more. I think I was gonna start with 15, and then after I saw the reaction of everyone, I doubled it to 30. So I took money out of my savings. I didn't get a loan or anything like that, and I also only invested what I was willing to lose because I didn't want to invest like my whole life away, and then if things didn't work, I'd lose it and then I'd have no money. Also, what is great about an online store is that you don't really have much overhead. So I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to pay for a ton of inventory to like fill up a store. Don't have to pay for decorations for the actual physical store. So it's just so much better doing things online. I don't have to pay employees because I really am just me. Like my sisters help me out, but like it's just me. Like I'm not paying any employees or anything like that. I do think doing it online saves so much money compared to like an actual physical brick and mortar location. The last question I'm gonna answer is what is the most rewarding and what is the hardest part of starting an online store? The hardest for me has been balancing it. I think I need help, and that's hard for me to admit because it is my vision and I'm like, I don't wanna put it in the hands of anyone else. My sisters helped me out a ton. I couldn't do it without them, but I definitely think juggling YouTube, work, and the store, I need another set of hands. I'm actually looking for a social media assistant, so if you guys want to be a social media assistant for me, it can be in any location. I prefer Charlotte, but definitely open to any other location. Then you guys can email Natalie at shopbarbu.com to apply, and applications are going to be due this day. So if you guys are watching it after this day, sorry. Yeah, I'm looking for a social media assistant because it's just really hard to keep track of all the social media stuff and like advertising and everything like that with everything else that I have going on. So yeah, that's been by far the hardest part. But the most rewarding part has been seeing my vision come to life and just starting something from scratch and having this be mine. Like this is my store. That's crazy. Like I am my own boss when it comes to this store. So that's just insane. And also the fact that how you guys respond to it, like whenever I see pictures of you guys wearing Shop Barbu stuff, I literally like, oh my god, I get so happy when I see you guys DM me like, I just ordered from Shop Barbu. It makes me so happy when I get a notification on my phone that I have a new order. Like it literally just brightens up my day. So that is by far the best part, is seeing you guys, your reactions to it, and actually like being excited and supporting me. Like I don't know what I did to deserve that, so thank you guys. That has been, yeah, that's it. That's the store. I'm gonna give you guys a coupon, so just use YouTube 10 on your checkout, and this is gonna last for a whole week, and it's only gonna be for you guys that watch this video, so be sure to use this promo code if you guys want 10% off your purchase. Okay, I want to be like a little secret secret coupon, you know? So YouTube 10 if you guys shop at Shop Barbu. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. My camera is literally gonna die any second now, so I'm just waiting for it to die. If you guys have any more questions, be sure to DM me or comment them down below for everyone to see so I can answer them down below. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative because that's what I really wanted. It could have been a little boring, but I hope it was informative. If you guys are wanting to start your own business, highly recommend, but definitely do all these steps that I kind of told you to do because it's a lot of work, but it's so rewarding. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video so much as I enjoyed making this. Again, Shop Barbu, because this is from there and it's literally the most cozy sweater ever. I'm obsessed. If you guys tell me other videos that you guys want regarding the store, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Walking on my sunny day.